Israelites, great leaders. One of the major red zone postures we should be talking about now is on the issue of computing. Is a posture, the posture of computing. You know, most times, some people, when there are red zone issues they have taken so personal, you may not see them react immediately. They will be very logically and methodically computing such issue. To compute means to put them together, to harness them in such a way that they are unhealthy to the individual and the relationship itself. And so they have a way of computing ills and aggressions with their own interpretations contrary to what it would have been if they had sought for clarifications or better communications, or they had discussed it and were able to channel it towards the blue zone. And because in their temper and anger within them, they didn't want to speak out, they resort to computing and having it lie within them and put that sense of aggression or rather frustrate the sense of aggression within them by way of distracting themselves from exploding. And that is a red zone posture. Ordinarily, you might think they are not responding to it, but it is brewing within them and it's turning out to be more of some toxic issues and notions and norms within them. And so they keep nursing this and distorting its meaning to the detriment of themselves. And so that's what computing is. When people are in such conflict, they may be able to deceive themselves into thinking there is no conflict, or deceive others into thinking there is no conflict, but they only resorted to computing. And because they resorted to computing, you will begin to see the effects of it, very harsh and negative effects of it on their own private life, in the way they react and respond emotionally in later times. And because they were not intended to deal with the issues, they only wanted to distract themselves from such issues or distract themselves from taking responsibility to address it towards the blue zone. And this is very important. Computing is a red zone posture. Great leaders will have to walk themselves through, take a personal responsibility to delist the items of logic within their internal list. Those items from where they are taking interpretations that are contrary to their own health and others. They would need to delete such items from themselves, because it is with those items that they are computing with. And that is very, very important. That is very, very important. Some of them might deceive themselves into thinking they have done away with it. They haven't done away with it because, one, forgiveness is difficult for them. Number two, they can't forget it too. Number three, every time, because they have been computing it, you will see how they will rehearse it. And because they are rehearsing it, the pain and the toxicity of such issues lie within them. The root of bitterness is among those who resort to computing. And so it's important as great leaders, these are postures that limit and hamper and frustrate your leadership capacity. It frustrates your advancement in leadership. And so it is important to learn a better way of dealing with red zone issues. More especially, as we discussed earlier, understanding how to move them to the red zone, to the blue zone, will make for your health and the health of the relationships you find yourself and even the organization. And so it's important we understand that competing is a red zone posture which you ought not to take for its unhealthiness and the unhealthiness of the relationship where you find yourself, especially within the organization or family or in any setting where you serve. And it's very critical. So knowing how to channel issues, discuss issues through, and remove them as objects of computing is very important. So you don't keep destroying yourself with some go as far as destroy themselves with depressions, and if you're looking for what is killing them, you can't find. It's because they have dealt with computing for long and it's frustrating their advancement on every angle. And so it's important as a great leader to let things go, discuss it, push it to the blue zone, and let it go. Learn the lessons and let it go so that you can advance your leadership capacity through. And this is important. And we are able to discuss this further in other classes, and we'll be able to take questions and feedbacks and we'll probably bring more clarity to this issue of computing, wherein a lot of people have dominantly dwelt in the leadership functions, and yet they have found the toxic nature of its cause. And so it's important that we're able to discuss it further and further and be able to help as many as we can possible. It's about lifestyle orientation, it's about change of mindset, and it's about changing of the way we do things so that our life can be better and we can be more impactful and helpful. Thank you and God bless you. Remember to subscribe, like, and share.